Let's talk about sex, baby, or rather, the lack of it. Specifically, what happens when a guy decides or is forced to hit the pause button on his sex life for a whole month? Is it like quitting caffeine, a bit uncomfortable but ultimately fine? Or are we talking full-blown system meltdown? The truth, as always, is a bit more complicated. Our culture loves to joke about men and their insatiable appetites, but the reality is that sexuality is a complex beast, influenced by a cocktail of biology, psychology, and even societal norms. So, strapping ourselves in for a month of abstinence isn't just about dodging awkward encounters at the gym, it's about messing with a fundamental aspect of how we're wired. The good news? We're not navigating this minefield blindfolded. We've got science in our corner, ready to throw some cold, hard data at this very personal question. And trust me, things are about to get interesting. First things first, let's address the elephant in the room, or rather, the testosterone in our veins. This hormone, often touted as the driving force behind male libido, does play a role in sexual desire. But it's not the be-all and end-all. Studies show that while testosterone levels do fluctuate throughout the day and can impact sex drive, a month of abstinence isn't going to turn you into a testosterone-deprived zombie. In fact, some research even suggests that short-term abstinence can actually lead to a temporary spike in testosterone. However, before you start celebrating with a month-long vow of celibacy, remember that hormones are only part of the equation. Our brains are wired for pleasure, and sex triggers a rush of feel-good chemicals like dopamine and oxytocin. When we abstain, our brains don't just shrug and say, "Oh well, more for later." They adapt, seeking out those pleasure hits from other sources. This can be a good thing, leading to increased focus and creativity. But it can also backfire, making us more susceptible to unhealthy coping mechanisms like excessive drinking or risky behavior. So, we've established that a month without sex isn't going to turn you into a completely different person. But that doesn't mean your body won't notice the shift. Some men report experiencing physical changes during periods of abstinence, and while these are rarely a cause for concern, they can be, well, let's just say noticeable. One common experience is the infamous blue balls, or medically speaking, epididymal hypertension. This uncomfortable pressure in the testicles is caused by a buildup of sexual fluids and typically resolves itself within a few hours or days. While not dangerous, it's a stark reminder that your body is designed for regular sexual activity. Beyond blue balls, some men report changes in their erections. Don't panic. This doesn't mean your equipment is shutting down for good. It's your body's way of conserving energy and resources. Think of it like putting your car in park. It's still perfectly capable of driving, it's just taking a break. Regular exercise and a healthy diet can help maintain blood flow and keep things running smoothly, even during periods of abstinence. While the physical effects of abstinence are usually short-lived and easily managed, the mental and emotional impacts can be a bit more complex. Sex is a powerful emotional experience, and when we take it off the table, it's natural for our minds to wander into some interesting territory. For some guys, abstinence can lead to increased stress and anxiety. This is especially true if they're already dealing with other stressors in their lives, like work deadlines or relationship issues. Without the regular release of endorphins and other feel-good chemicals that come with sex, these stressors can feel even more overwhelming. On the flip side, some men find that abstinence actually improves their mental health. By removing the pressure to perform or the emotional roller coaster of casual relationships, they're able to focus on themselves, their goals, and their overall well-being. This can lead to increased self-awareness, improved emotional regulation, and a deeper understanding of their own needs and desires.